Fernandez. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. At the Qoitech stand, Maria, would you like to tell us what you're showing today on the stand?
Of course. Here right now we have the Otii product suite, which basically is an instrument tool that helps engineering teams to power measure their device to make sure that they are developing solutions that are truly power efficiency and that can meet the promises that they make to their clients in terms of battery life.
So do you see those promises not being kept on a regular basis? I mean, in the IoT space, if I want to go and deploy a sensor, I might want 10 years deployment.
Exactly. So that's the idea. Like it's not just guessing about the battery life. It's actually about having the insights, the right information to take data-driven decisions about what is the estimation of the battery life that you are giving to your client. So if you are saying that you are going to need a 2 years,
Mhm.
5 years, or 10 years battery life, that is the actual battery life that your clients are going to get by the devices that are getting from you.
So I guess with the kind of energy requirements we have globally and everything else, this is kind of quite key. I know I'm from talking IoT, so I talk about IoT, but the Qoitech product goes way beyond just the IoT market, right?
Yeah,
It
completely.
has broader market. So what other markets do you actually see it being uptaken?
Well, basically, we cover multiple markets just by the fact that our tools enable us to measure any kind of embedded system that goes up to 25 volts and 5 amperes. In that area, we can cover, IoT. We can also go to wearables, healthcare. We can go to consumer electronics. We can go to toys, smart meters, and so on. So anything that is hardware that needs to be battery driven that goes up to 25 and 5 ampere can be it can be validated and certified by our products.
So you actually certify the product as well. Do you offer a certification or is it?
Not certification as a such because in case that you need to provide like a certain calibration certification for your device to assure that your devices are getting the measurements that are properly for it, we provide that kind of certification for the calibration. However, when I say this certification, maybe that word is not the right one. It's more like the validation that you're ensuring and verifying that the measurements that you are taking are the right ones and are accurate enough to provide a precise battery estimation for your devices.
Okay, so it's more the validation part, so
Exactly.
you can feel comfortable going to your client saying that given the conditions that you should be
Exactly.
using the device in, you are going to get that length of
Exactly.
battery life.
And when you say like this condition, it's pretty important to highlight the fact that when you are validating your products with our measurement tools, it's important that you always expose the device to the corner case, right? So basically, our tools is a 1 to 3 step. When the first step is that you take your device, you power source it with our tool, but at the same time, the tool enables to measure multiple channels such as voltage, current, and power, where you are going to iteratively measure one and another time until you optimize and reach that level that is going to help you to achieve that expected battery life that you have. But the second step is how can I choose the right battery for my solution?
Yep.
So how can you choose it? By profiling the battery. And by profiling a battery, I mean you need to discharge this battery for the specific corner case. And how do you do this? You know your environment, you know the needs of your solutions. So you need to profile this battery at the temperature where this solution is going to expect it to be deployed. So you need to place this battery in a temperature chamber because temperature is a factor that affects a lot battery capacity. So by having this in mind, then you can use this battery profile that you can create with our tools and emulate it in top of our devices. So this device converts into the battery that you previously profiled, and you can then exactly identify from from that battery capacity how much battery capacity can be extracted. So let's say that I use a 190 milliamps battery just by the reference of the battery data sheet. When I profile it, I get a little bit less, 185 milliamps. But then when I run that battery that was profiled for the specific corner case, and I run it in top of my device, that in the case of IoT is a connected device, at certain point, connected devices, they can be turned on until reaching this 185. But The connectivity peaks for some technologies, the current consumption is too high that the battery capacity is not enough to actually handle the communication. So when your IoT devices stop transmitting data, that's the point where your device stop being functional, even though it is still turning on. But it's still turning on and not sending data is not valuable for me, right? So
Correct.
that percentage, that battery capacity that is normally much more or less than what you get from the battery data sheet is the one that you may use to actually calculate the battery life to actually guarantee the value that you are providing to your customers.
So I guess another complication, just feeding on that, is that different temperature conditions clearly affect the battery, but I could be deploying devices in different locations which have different temperature conditions.
Exactly.
So therefore, I might need to use a different battery in different areas, and I
Exactly.
can't just assume one battery
We
fits all
cover
use
over.
cases, right?
Yeah, completely. And that's a good thing because with our tools, you can provide any kind of chemistry in terms of the battery. So it doesn't matter if you're working with a SLBL battery or a coin cell battery, alkalines, lipo batteries. That of course is always depend of the solution and where it's going to be deployed. And we helps you to profile any battery that you require for your specific corner case.
So I think that anybody deploying IoT devices should be coming to Qoitech and looking at your products in order to
Completely.
test their products through, right?
If you want to make sure that you are meeting those promises that you're making to your clients and you are driving truly efficient and low power devices, you may have to check our tool and not just stay with the power measurement side, because we have like a power measurement unit here that enables you to optimize the solution. But as I said, you can also battery profile your batteries. You can emulate your batteries. You can validate your batteries. And in addition, you can automate all of these validations. So you don't have to handily be there behind the computer and testing everything manually, either for the battery aspect or for the power management. You can run automations to speed up the process and streamline your hardware development by scripting capabilities using Python, C Sharp, Java, or MATLAB using our pre-existing clients. Or if you have other preferred language, you can use our TCP API that you can follow to manage all your measurements without any problem. And then you can streamline your process in your production line by running regression testing and verification testing before packing your device in its box and send it to your clients.
I mean, I guess the one area, if you're an IoT company, you've still got to consider is sleep mode and the like on your device. So there's still going to be the element of, it's going to be in this temperature condition, we can predict the battery life. What we still can't do is predict the battery life based around usage, right? So they're still going to be based upon the usage statement. However, I mean, I've seen devices go out in minus 40 and have been a complete disaster because the battery life has been 40% of what it should be,
Exactly.
and people are out there deploying. Awesome. Samira, thank you very much. If people want to come and find you at Embedded World, your stand number is?
Yeah, we are in the stand for 1150.
And if they want to contact you on your web address or email?
Qoitech.com.
Qoitech.com. Thank you very much for your
Thanks
time.
for the interview.
Thanks, Maria.
Bye-bye.